Hey guys, it's Sarah Ayler with SoftFlexCompany.com. I'll be starting a live stream in just a few minutes. We have a lot to talk about. We are going to decompress from the Great Bead Extravaganza and take a look back at the project that I made. And we are also going to touch base on our new sale this week on our red SoftFlex and some curated items to go along with it. And on also the category from all of the things that we used in our demonstration at the Great Bead Extravaganza. That's also on sale today. And then I have a new, very limited edition earring kit that I put together just recently with some beautiful Swarovski crystals that I had left over from a big bin that they had sent me. So we'll be talking about all of those things today. I'm just going to give you guys a little chance to jump on here with the live stream, and then we will get going. Hey guys, it's so good to see you. I've always had this weird light coming from these blinds. No matter what I do, I try to like put stuff up to block it out, but it's almost always there for some reason, and it always comes right when I go live. Always, like every single time. Anyway, we had a great time at the Great Bead Extravaganza. I just want to thank all of our soft flexers who joined in the really fun event. We just thoroughly enjoyed it, as did all of the other presenters, and it was a lot of fun. And I always have a ray of sunshine. Yes, Kristen. It just finds me. I don't know how. At any rate, we just really enjoyed it. We posted dates for March that we had already planned for our spring Great Bead Extravaganza, March 19th through the 21st. We had planned those before we planned Tucson, and we threw Tucson in, a virtual Tucson, when the real Tucson was postponed, because we wanted to give everyone something to do for Tucson. And so we're back again in just 5 weeks. We're going to have another Great Bead Extravaganza. I'm going to flip over to my demo camera so you don't have to look at this sunshine on my face. And because I have a whole lot of things that I want to talk with you about today. So look at my demo table. It's kind of insane, right? We're going to go through some things, and then I will move it out of here and out of the way. Let me just grab this bin behind me so I can kind of put stuff in it. Okay, so we only have 20 Tucson free gifts left. You can get a free gift that is curated from Kristen and myself with a Tucson theme on any orders over $49 on the website. There's 20 of them left. And I think they just told me that there are 25 of the bead mixes left. You can buy these for $8.95, I believe, on the website. And it's a gray and yellow bead mix to match our brand new Pantone Duo. So there's only a handful left. If you missed out on the buy this, get this free, these items are 20% off in the Great Bead Extravaganza of category on our website. And one of my coworkers will link to that category. I just cannot talk. Which will have a lot of the things that I used in my demonstration last weekend. So it's going to have the bead mixes that are left, which are quite large. You can get these for 20% off. It's going to have the Duo. You can get this for 20% off. It is going to, and here's some of, this is the final earrings that I made last weekend. I turned out really great. This is kind of a medium length, and just a few strands, fewer than the big pair that I was wearing. And I think this is more of an everyday look. I think they look really good. These tiara cast rings, I'm pretty sure that those are in that category for 20% off, as well as the crimps and the magical crimping pliers are also 20% off. And then some of these other tools here that I have on my workbench, the nylon tipped hammers, you can get those. The Italian cutters, the multi-size looping pliers, which I think I'm going to use again today, and chain nose pliers, the burr cup when you're making your ear wire if you want to file down the end, and then the wire whacker. You can get all of these things 20% off. I don't believe a coupon is necessary. You just click the item into your cart and it will show you your discount. So there's that category on sale. And then we also are closing out our red coral color beading wire. I know this is a favorite of many. I know this is going to be really hard to hear. But this is another original Softflex color that we've had since the beginning of time. And so we have decided to close out the red coral, and it will take a while. We have a pretty deep stock of it in this particular color. So it's going to take a while, but if you love this color, now is the time to purchase it. You can get it in 10-foot spools, 30-foot spools, 100-foot spools, even 1,000-foot spools. And they are all discounted in the cart. And then you're going to get an additional 20% off this week. And Kristen has curated a category of red items to go along with that. So it has like the red Valentine Passion strand. We have a couple of those left. The red Valentine bead mix, Valentine Passion bead mix. We've got a couple of those in stock as well. Those are in that category for 20% off. And as well as a bunch of beautiful lampwork beads, CZs, all sorts of really neat things that we have in this beautiful red color that will match it. It is a really pretty color. I know, Deb, sad face, I know. But just remember, we're hoping that we can close out some of these colors that we've had forever. I'm still hoping and praying that we'll get to add a new color here or there moving forward once we've moved through some of the stock of the colors that we've had for a really long time. And again, we have a lot of stock in it, so we'll probably have it for quite some time. Hopefully, but you never know. Sometimes somebody will swoop in. We have two colors where we had, over 12,000 feet was just gone like that. So you never know, but hopefully we'll have it for quite some time and we'll be able to still enjoy it. Here's a couple of designs that I pulled from my own bead stash using the red coral. This one's a fun one using one of those cathedral cut beads that we have in our check glass bead category. These were my Valentine Passion earrings that I just made. I can't believe it was it just last week? Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago that we opened the Valentine Passion kit. And then I made those earrings. They're a favorite. And then I made these a long time ago. I think it was a Jesse James Beads Challenge or something, using the red with the long gold piece. These are beads from Jesse James Beads. And just a simple crimp at the top. And you got that red just popping out. It looks really great. And I showed this necklace at the Great Bead Extravaganza. I don't want to part with any of them either. I know you're preaching to the choir. I feel the same way. It's like an old friend. We don't want to say bye for sure. Ramona says we need them all to stay. I know. The difficulty is when we order one of these colors, we have to manufacture so much of it at one time. It takes a really long time to work through all of that production. And yeah, so it isn't feasible to keep all of them forever, but I am hopeful that we can add a new color here or there. Mike says, I really enjoy working with the red. I'll be sure to keep enough aside. Oops, let me highlight Mike's comment. Enough aside for myself. Oh yes, Mike, I'm sure you will. Yeah, the red is really lovely. I know, Deborah, I hear you. Deborah says, we need them all, period, Ramona, right? Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so today, having put all that aside, I have got something new for you. So I had to go in the office the other day because we were doing this whole phone thing where we're switching my phone around for services. And so I went in the office without an idea of what I was going to do. I was just going to do email. And I started digging through my beads in my office because I don't get to go in there as often as I used to since COVID. And I found these little beautiful, let me just dump out this whole kit. This really beautiful purple Swarovski hearts. These are from a box that Swarovski sent me years and years ago, and they were items that they had discontinued. And these are a light amethyst color. I'm not sure if they're showing up as that because of all of that brilliance, because they're so super sparkly, but they're really, really pretty. And I had enough to make about 40 kits. We've sold a couple today already, but I think I have about 40 left. Maybe there are 44 kits or something was the total. So I took them home. I grabbed some bags and some little stickers and I took them home. And then I went the same day, I went into this area where we're keeping a lot of things that we put in the live sale. And I found these old samples of soft flex in purple, but this is 024 soft flex, you guys. This is from back in the day when we had colors and not just 019. We also had them in 024. This wire is perfectly usable, even though it's super old. But the nice thing about soft flex is that it never goes bad. And so I decided to grab those and put those in the kit as well. And then I asked my wonderful coworker, Janet, to add in some findings. And I figured we could kind of play around with the kit and make maybe a couple of options with this variety of items. I've got some head pins, which I, by the way, also found in a closet. These are not available online. You wouldn't believe the things I find when I go in that office. And then some beautiful 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes, the purple 024 soft flex, and then I just added in 2 ear wires. And I thought it would be fun to just sort of be creative, use some of these findings to do multiple different design ideas using these beads, and then see what you guys come up with. So there aren't very many of them. They're selling for $7.95 on the website, softflexcompany.com. You can pick one up today. And if you want one, you probably should pick it up as soon as possible because there aren't very many. And then while you're there, you can take advantage of that 20% off on your Great Bead Extravaganza category or the red coral. If you really like the red coral, you can buy a big spool of that too. So I just took my nylon jaw pliers. These are on sale in the Great Bead Extravaganza category, and I just kind of straightened out my head pin. A lot of times head pins will come with just like a little bit of wiggle in them, and that just helped me to get it straightened out. I have an idea on how to use this head pin, but I have not tried it. So you're gonna have to bear with me because it may not work, but we're gonna give it a try. I was thinking about, because this is where the hole is on this bead. And I was thinking about what if I were to take this up and wrap it around and then make a loop in order to hang it from my ear wire. So I'm thinking about trying that. I'm not sure the exact spacing, so it may not work. I'm also not sure if this ball, how secure it is on the end, and if I might break it off. So let's try it out and see what happens, and then we'll know, right? That's the only way you can figure something out, is by trying it. I could also, I guess, rather than do a wraparound, I could also just secure it just like this, maybe a shorter version where the little ball sits right up against the other wire, and then do my loop. That could be an option too. I was thinking though about bringing it around. I'm going to get my chain nose plier here. I'm just going to kind of take this wire over and then bend it up so it's coming straight up from that crystal. And then I was just going to try to bend this around and kind of see what might happen here to create kind of a little loop-de-loo. And then I can make my round node, or my round circle. So I'm going to come in with my smallest size on my multi-looping plier. You'll see I left just a little bit of space above that loop-de-loo, and that's where I'm going to wrap the wire. So I can go down maybe a little bit closer and leave just a tiny bit of space, and then I can spin my plier towards me. So this wire is pointing at me. And I'm making a pretty big loop here. You could do the smaller one if you wanted to. You would just flip these. But I'm going to do the bigger one this time and just see what it looks like. So the nice thing about the multi-looping pliers is you get lots of different sizes. And I'm going to shift to the side so I can come all the way under to make my full circle. And then I can just pull it off. Take my chain nose pliers and hold on to that loop, and then I'm just going to bend this around. We have a ton of these head pins, but they're just a little wonky. What's your guys' opinion? Should we sell them on the website, even though they may come a little wonky, and just say it in the description, and then you can straighten them out with the nylon jaw pliers? I was thinking about putting them maybe in like our outlet section where there's kind of a known issue. I don't know, how do head pins come to you from other companies? Do they often come with that little wave in them, or are they always really nice and straight? And how would you feel about them coming with the little wave, I guess, is the question at hand. I think that's why these head pins got kind of stored up, was because there you go. Cute little, and then you just grab your slide that on your ear wire and close it up. They're really nice head pins. They look great. But I think that's why they ended up in the storage closet, was because that little wave in them, somebody thought, oh, we can't sell them like that. And it wouldn't bother you, Deborah. Okay, that's good to know. So I think we'll probably put these into the outlet section so that you guys can buy them, knowing that they're going to have a little bit of a wave, but, you know, make them really affordable. Sometimes they come just bent. Some look like golf clubs. I thought they always came with a wave. Oh, okay. Well, good to know. Softflex, we're very big on quality. And so if we see like a little defect like that, it gets us very concerned. And we end up with like all sorts of these really amazing things that get caught up. Wouldn't take much to straighten them. Yeah. Okay. I think that's great. I think we'll do that. You could make ear wires with them, Deborah. I was thinking that today too. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could probably make an ear wire with them. I don't know the exact metal. They don't seem like they're sterling silver. but they don't seem like they have a copper point either. I think maybe it's on the packaging. But yeah, you could probably just bend this up to make your little loop, and then take this side all the way down and then just pull it over to make an ear wire. And then if you wanted to add your little bit on the end here, kind of go in the same place on your plier, you can make them all pretty identical. And then of course you can take that burr cup that we used yesterday or last weekend to file down the end, 20% off this week. And then you'd have to be real careful about this little ball thing. I wouldn't want to smack it too hard, so you don't want it to bend out, but maybe we can do and then you can maybe even come in with a nylon tipped hammer. So I'm sorry I wasn't on screen there. I'm just going to go right to the edge of my wire whacker and get the edge of that ear wire so that we get the wire hardened. And there you go. We've got a cute little ear wire ready to go. Really, really nice, very easy. Great suggestion, whoever made that wonderful suggestion. Thank you. Okay, so where can you purchase the tools? On our website, softflexcompany.com. We have all of the tools, and my friends here will link to them. The burr cups will wear out over time, but they're pretty good. Let me see if I can get a close-up. The file is inside that little cup, and it's pretty good for a long time. I haven't seen it wear out very quickly, but eventually all things kind of wear out, you know. But it is like, you know, it's like a nail file. You'll have it for quite a while. It'll work really well for a long time, but then the file will eventually start to wear down and you'll get a new one. Okay, so we've got one earring. Let's do another version with our second crystal here. And why don't we do a connector earring, and then we can maybe make a big loop to go around it as well. So this is 024. So I think it'll go through a 2x2 twice, but we're gonna kind of find out here. So I'm gonna string my Softflex 024 through my crystal, and then I'm going to grab one of these 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes. So 024 is the heaviest of our wire. Ooh, I wonder if it'll go through just twice, probably not 3 times. That's good to know. I wonder if I should do a different, let's do a different design. I did want to try, I'm not sure if this will fit through here, so let's test it and see. Let me open this up. I was curious if it would fit or if they're too small. You never know how things are going to work until you're doing them, right? And then you're like, oh man, not quite what I wanted. Yeah, it's a little too small. So I'm going to do that. Idea. So what I probably will do is do a drop. So I'm going to go through my Softflex twice, and we are going to make a drop here, and then maybe I'll add a bead above it from your own stash, and then we can attach it to an ear wire. So we're still making a connector, but we're not putting the wire through 3 times. So I've got my 2x2 millimeter crimp tube. What is the tool that I use to make the earring wires? I use the multi-plier. So it was this one here. It has multi-sized pliers. It has 6 different sizes of loops that you can make. Yeah, I had asked for a bigger jump ring, but this is what I ended up with. So we're just going to make it work. All right, so I've got my crimp tube centered. There are 4 crimp tubes in my little earring kit. And I put 4 in, even though you're only making 2 earrings, because I know how mistakes happen. And I thought I better put 4 of everything at least. And that way, if something gets broken or you're learning how to do it, you don't have to worry about not having an extra one on hand. So I'm going to compress my crimp tube into my little magic ravioli, 4-quarter ravioli. And then I'm going to compress in the opposite direction and keep going. So a lot of the things that I use today are on sale in the Great Bead Extravaganza category. You can also find all that red curated items on sale on the website, including our red soft blacks. Just going to trim off my extra wire. And then I'm just going to look for a bead from my passion design kit here that might work. This red one's really nice, really pretty. Purple and red again. Loving it. And then I'm going to get one of those other crimp tubes and make a soft flex connector. I don't need quite so much wire, so I'm just gonna cut off. I still have a good piece there, so it's quite a bit of wire for you to play around with in the 024 thicker wire. So I think I had started to say this, but 024 is our thickest, heaviest wire. It's 49 strands of stainless steel like our medium, but it has a thicker nylon coating, and so it will maintain a shape a little bit better, which can be really fun to work with. I'll show you that here in a minute. And yeah, so I'm just going to bring this crimp tube down as close to that red bead as I can and compress, and then I'll go around it, compressing it into place. And then I can come in and trim off. And if you want your heart to face out, you're just going to kind of play with this. You can kind of move it around until the loop faces the right way. And then I can just open up my other ear wire here. Oh, this is the one I made even. Yeah, make a couple ear wires with your leftover. I'm going to go this way. With your leftover head pins or eye pins, or I guess they're head pins, but I turned it into sort of an eye pin. So that's 2 ideas so far. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to make with these cute little earring kits that I put together while watching TV with my family. I hope that you really love getting these cute little crystals. They've been sitting in my office waiting for a home, so I'm excited to get them out to you. The other thing I wanted to point out with this 024 is that it does maintain a shape really nicely. So if you like to make those loopy earrings with soft blacks, where you're doing multiple loops, this 024 is super nice for that. So you don't even need beads. If you still have some crimps and some wire left over after making your earrings, you could very easily take the rest of this and make some soft flex jump rings and just hang them from an ear wire. So I'm just crimping my 2x2 millimeter crimp tube. You can always buy extra crimps too. If you get the kit and you don't have extra crimps at home, throw a bag of 2x2 millimeter soft flex crimp tubes in with your order. And then you can make a loop-de-loo earring like I'm making here. So what size do I want to do? Maybe like there. I'm going to crimp it. And go in and just trim. And if you have questions, just leave them. I may not see them during the live show because it's a little harder for me to see questions and comments, but I will try to go back through and read them. I just opened up my crimping plier and now I can just slide my loop-de-loos on there, and you can see I still have a huge thing of wire left, so I could possibly make more than just 2 loops if I wanted to. Fun, right? Fun, nice purple earring to go along. So that's 3 earring ideas from this one little kit that costs $7.95. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is kind of my Valentine to you. Also, I hope that your orders from the Great Bead Extravaganza are going out in a timely fashion. Please try to be patient. We have kind of a whirlwind going on in the office. We have, let me switch back over. We have our live sale orders, which we had a huge live sale just recently. And then we've got our Great Bead Extravaganza orders all going out this week. So they're working tirelessly to get all of these orders out. We appreciate your business more than you know. And we normally ship pretty quickly. So I imagine it will still go out much faster than most. Do use a special cutter. I've been using these Italian cutters, which you can find on our website. I used to have a higher end cutter that cost twice as much that were made here in the US. I loved them. I still love them, but they raised the price so it would be about 3 times the cost of these. So these are really wonderful. I think they're only about $30 and they last quite a long time. I've been doing them for probably about a year. I would say they're starting to wear a little, and that's because I cut soft flex stainless steel almost every single day with them. So a year for a $30 pair of cutters is pretty good for me. When I was getting the other ones, they would last longer, but I think it's an okay compromise because the 3-time expense is just a little bit unthinkable at this point. Yeah, they were fun earrings. Thanks for being here, Joyce. Joyce is watching from Just Beat It, our friend Joyce. And yeah, it is very important. Mike is mentioning that our crimp tubes are seamless. They're solid tubing with double the wall thickness. And it's really important to use a good quality crimp tube. And Mike, of course, is one of the owners of Softflex Company. If you're wondering why he's giving you his advice here on Facebook, that is why he helped to invent Softflex and to bring in our crimp tubes as well. So that's it for me today. Make sure you check out that red color curated category at 20% off. Make sure you check out the Great Bead Extravaganza category, which is going to have all of those fun tools that we looked at today. 20% off. And then if you want to get one of those little earring kits, there are only a few of them. Normally when we do a kit, we've got like 150 plus. So this is a really small amount of kits for us to have. But I wanted to make them available to you because I just thought these little crystals were too good to just sit in my office gathering dust. They're really, really special, and I hope that you enjoyed them. It's a little bit of a love letter to all of you. So I hope you have a fantastic Valentine's Day this weekend. I'm looking forward to a little extra rest after the Great Bead Extravaganza, and I will be around. It's lovely to see all of you. You have a fantastic end of your week and then weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye, everybody.